Here I have my 2014 Maserati Granturismo. One of the most common questions that I get asked is how much did I pay for it? I got a video in the description where I give a little more detail about that if you want to check it out. The second most common question I get asked is how much is the insurance? Now, insurance depends on a lot of factors, but I think one of the reasons I get asked that quite often is probably because of my age. I'm 28 years old. So what I pay for insurance is $205 a month. So like I said, age's got a lot to do with it, but also how many speeding tickets you got. Well, I still don't have any, so that's a good thing. Clean driving record. So for $205 a month, we're talking full coverage, also uninsured motorist in case the other driver does not have insurance, or in case their insurance does not cover the full value of my car. Because here in the state of Georgia, the state minimum is only $25,000 property damage. There's no way they'll cover my car with that kind of minimum. So that's why it's very important to have uninsured motorist on cars like this. I also have roadside assistance, just so they could pay a tow bill in case. I mean, that was only a couple dollars a month. I mean, it really wasn't much at all. So I decided to get that as well. But basically, for the whole full cover and everything, $205. Now I'll give the breakdown on the prices. But here in the state of Georgia, the state minimum requirement is liability, therefore covering only the other driver, with $25,000 property damage and $25,000 injury, so if the driver gets hurt, so a $50,000 total. But on this one I decided to get double, so I got it at 50 for property damage and 50 on injury to the driver. Now this is covering the other car, of course. On my car it's covered on full coverage. But if I just wanted the state minimum, therefore covering only the other car, it would only be $35 a month just for having the state minimum. But what gets expensive is the full cover part, therefore covering my car. Then we have another coverage that's called comprehensive. That was $45 a month extra, so $80 total if you were to get those two separate. So the comprehensive is basically like if a deer jumps out in front of me, hail damage, theft, vandalism, I mean things like that that doesn't involve another vehicle as part of an accident. So that's what comprehensive falls under. The most expensive part in the insurance is the full coverage part. That's $125 a month. That and including the uninsured motorist. So the full coverage basically like if I screw up, hit somebody else, drive it into a ditch. So that's what gets expensive, the full cover part. But just having the normal liability, it's just like any other car, because at that point you're only covering the other driver and not your car. So $205 a month, I don't think it's outrageous. I'm sure if I had a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, it'd be a whole lot more, because this car's not really a race car. It doesn't have the performance like some of the other cars have, so perhaps that's got a lot to do with it. And also, you're not as likely to daily drive one of these cars. So I think the insurance price is pretty reasonable. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.